let's talk about episode 14 and the season finale of Married to Medicine. I was supposed to watch it last night, but I ended up watching the Oscars instead, and I don't know why I did that. The Oscars did not move me, they never do. I don't even really know what they're about anymore. I've never, like, what is these movies? Like, Sinners, yeah. Everything else, I'm not sure. Gotta go see. Gotta go see. Gotta see before one battle after another. I'm gonna watch that. I guess I'll review it. And let's move on to something I actually want to talk about. So this episode opens with a quick montage of everybody. Mari, close your door. Turn off the noise. The episode opens up with a quick montage of everybody. Then we see Jackie and Simone meeting up for a cup of coffee. Or if you have watched Married to Medicine from the early seasons, Jackie and Simone used to do this a lot. This is to be like a regular occurrence on Married to Medicine to see these two women meeting up and having their, their little chats. They sat down, they talked things through, and it will always be good to see. Simone and Jackie sit down, they're discussing the situation with King. Jackie explains that she had to sit Curtis down and tell him why he came across so wrong. Curtis talking about order in relationships is always interesting because, he's been out of order. The show flashes back to the time when Curtis was seen with another woman, and the show flashed forward to the time when Curtis was seen with another woman. Curtis always been with another woman. Jackie stood beside him through all that. I hope she not. Well, it seemed like she's not standing with him no more. Thank God. Sometimes I wonder if Jackie stayed because I said to myself, Jackie stayed because she wanted to have a husband, somebody to walk in with, or is it love? I'm so confused. The thing that I was confused about is I think I seen a clip. I don't know where this clip is from. Is it from the same episode when it was a flashback when she was talking about having a baby? He's not giving her the baby. Jackie should have been when they had that baby by herself because that baby would be well taken care of. Jackie has always been very composed about it, but the history between the two of them is there. So, this Met Gala planning. Oh boy. The episode moves towards the Met Gala event the women are planning, well, Toya. And already the confusion begins because Toya creates a flyer, and out of nowhere she puts herself and Jackie on the flyer as founders. This is the third time the event is happening. And I don't know, Toya. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what is Toya talking about? Jackie then says there's nothing you can do once Toya makes up her mind to. That tells you that Jackie knows how Toya operates, but who's going to check Toya? So, Mimi and Scott, we see Mimi and Scott talk about the new house going. I think Toya's face matched the decor. Contessa shows up with a literal frame that she's holding her head in like the Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, I like your smile. Simone is wearing yellow. I don't like the dress. I love yellow, but I don't like that dress. I feel like it's too much material. I feel like that big gold thing in the middle, no. I think Simone gives better than that. I don't like that frumpy dumpy dress. Nope. Quad arrives looking good. Yeah, I love Quad. Miss Quad. She got it. Miss Quad. Miss Quad, she got it. So Quad comes in looking good. King is not with her. This is after the Jamaica episode. They come back from the Jamaica episode. Did I talk about that? I didn't talk about that in the last episode. Episode 13 at the end. Okay, so let me do a little flashback for y'all. We flashback. So, episode 13 ends with Quad and King talking about like their relationship, and Quad saying sometimes people don't need to merge. They could just keep going the same way without merging. Like, coming together, and two ships don't need a bridge. I don't know what he was talking about. Neither did Quad. They were there was a, I don't know, there was a like not meeting of minds. Like in the first part, I think that Quad and King had a good relationship. Like you could see they were laughing together, they were having the fun, the things was happening. I don't know where he felt the pressure at. I don't know if it's this pressure for them to get married, you know. But how long they been together? Why are you pressuring them to get married? Marriage is good and God does honor marriage, but it's got to be of God. And look, something had to be off. Card comes looking good. She comes with her friend. Later, King shows up after she's already there. I don't know. By the end of the comment, at the end of the episode, production is asking Quad like, do she think King is, I don't know, coming to the reunion, or if she gonna, what the relationship will be like. Wait, King, Mimi and Scott, we see Mimi and Scott talking about their new house. They go to the new house. It looks good. 5 bedrooms, 8,500 square feet, something like that. The real part of that scene is their son Stevie. They talk about his progress with therapy and how he can now go into the grocery store and walk past the toy aisle without having a meltdown. And that's a big milestone for an autistic child. The moment with her and the kids, like, he's very supportive. And it was a moment when he was telling her how great she is and all the good things she's done, and she was crying. And she was like, this is what she needed, you know? She just needed like a voice, like him to just back her up, you know? Like, what's the word? Not validate, but like to make her feel like he understands what she's going through. Like, we understand that y'all understand what y'all are going through, like, but, you know, as a mom. Now, the drama with the Met Gala is deepening. Mimi says she has been on board, started organization before. There's a group chat, and the group chat is getting heated, and people are talking and saying where they've been and who they are and what they did, because Toya is coming with some confusion. Nobody knows where, when, why, how, or what is going on with the gala, but Toya just wanted people to just show up with their checks. Mimi and Brandy were not included in the planning. Some people only found out details 48 hours before the event happened. It's messy. Toya is explaining that the gala raised, you know, X amount of money, and that she's able to give the two $5,000 scholarships, so that was great. You cannot knock the impact. That was great. But the issue is the communication. And Toya, business dealings and business communication was totally non-existent. So let's talk about the living art theme. We get to the gala. The theme is living art. Brandy looks good. Her dress actually fits the theme the most. I love it. Heavenly looks nice too. Nice and plain. Toya's face looks really pretty. She had her face done to match. Her face looks pretty. It was a face. The makeup with the flower and stuff. I loved it. Yeah. They asked Quad, do she think she's going to be with King? She was like, who knows, maybe another man. That left everybody wondering, like, what the hell's going on? Something ain't right. Steve and Eugene, oh, God. So we get to the ticket argument. So guess what? You know the old time when, I just got to break it down for y'all. You see the old time when they was planning a gala, they left out Mimi and Brandy, like they stepchild. And then they wanted them to put the money in, like, not they, Toya, and then talking about the core. I think that's disrespectful, because I feel like Mimi and Steve came in like they was ready to do the things. I don't understand why you would ostracize and isolate them like that. That didn't make sense, Toya. And first of all, if I had a gala and somebody came and spent $5,000, what they spent? Whatever amount of money, I think it was a $5,000 little quad bowl like this. If I had a Met Gala and those people had come and spent that type of money, I would not be fighting them for no $300 for a pair of tickets for them, because let them use their discretion and give something. They decided not to give as you asked, but that didn't mean that they wasn't going to give at all, Come on now. Mimi and Steve are not arguing about the $300. They're arguing about principle. It's principle. Steve already said in the previous episode he was not contributing the same amount as the core group. But nobody didn't say, okay, y'all gonna need to buy tickets. Like, tell us what you doing. Like, what is, you know what I'm saying? So finding that out at the door feels uneasy because they're gonna say, okay, well, Steve and Brandy paid this more. Like, what? Let the people know that's embarrassing, and it was deliberate embarrassment. And it feels messy. Eugene says everyone that's attending has to pay $150 because the money goes to the scholarship fund, but Mimi says she knows better. Toya jumps into the conversation to talk to Steve. Steve said, and she come in and talk about your wife. So Steve said, I don't really address women. I talk to men. She's like, well, go somewhere with that. Like, disrespectful. Toya, no, stop. No. Step away from the light, Caroline. Step away from the light. Step away from the light, Caroline. Toya keeps inserting herself, and Eugene keeps cutting Steve off from making his point. He can't finish speaking. It starts to feel like Steve is getting tag teamed by Eugene and Toya, and that's what was happening. I don't know where Mimi was at, because she should have been where her husband was. I don't know where Toya and Eugene come up, wanting to confront Steve and Mimi. But let me know in the comments if you think that Steve and Mimi were wrong to say they weren't going to contribute because they were left out of the planning. And do you think it was fair for Toya to stop them at the gate for the tickets? This is so already done. Like, it's a mess. What do you think about Eugene and Steve having this argument? Because we see that at the reunion it's about to get tight. Okay, let's talk about the event itself. Despite the drama, the event actually looks beautiful. The venue is full. Angel arrives looking good as usual. Her dress, her body, everything is tea. Brandy looks like she could be a little firecracker if she gets more screen time. So I love seeing more of her. I hope she comes back next year. I don't know. I think she is getting the hang of it. In the beginning, it seemed like she was going to be Toya's minion, but it seemed like she kind of like took herself back and tried to figure out what she was doing. Despite the drama, the event looks beautiful. Guests were there. Money was made. And it came so really well. Angel came, she looks good. You know how she always look good, body tea, everything tea. It was so good that Heavenly had to take the mic and just give Toya her flowers about how she carried it off. And Toya and Eugene carried off the trip as well. So overall, I would say that it was a great time that they had. I didn't see anybody really having really bad moments. Curtis at the event apologizes to Quad, and I appreciated the apology. But when Curtis starts talking about order again, I'm like, sir, please stop. Because Curtis talking about order once more, when Curtis himself has been out of order, makes no sense. Curtis, please don't do it, please. Curtis, you are not the messenger, okay? Because nobody's going to receive it. Heavenly speech. Heavenly takes a microphone. The whole room gets tense. Everybody's wondering, what is she going to say? What kind of disrespect is she going to let out of that mouth? But she gives Toya her credit. She says Toya might get an F for conduct because she acted like she didn't act good during the planning, but A for the event itself. It deserves an A+. And honestly, that feels accurate. I think Heavenly called it well. She did a good job. The gala was beautiful. Scholarships were given. The cause is real. But the communication leading up to it created unnecessary drama. And the reunion preview looks like it's about to be a mess. This has been my review. Like what you see, like what you hear. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen with Eugene and Steve. Do you think they'll be able to thrash it out and come to an understanding, or are they going to leave the reunion still mad at each other? What about Quad and King? Is King going to show up? Because I'm confused when I heard Quad say in the preview if they have been talking to her ex. So I'm thinking the ex is King. I'm confused. So tell me what you think is going on with Quad and King. Why do you think Quad and King broke up? Are we gonna find out at the reunion? Um, what, like, what could have happened? Like, I want to know. Do you think Brandy coming back next year? You think Brandy gonna come back for the next season 13? I would like to see Brandy and her husband again. I don't think I didn't see enough of the husband, and I didn't really get the 13 episodes. That's the part I don't understand. Why Married to Medicine only have 13 episodes? It be too quick. Nothing really. It just be so quick. They could at least do like 18 episodes, 16. Like, what's happening? Like, it's too quick. But okay, whatever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are notified when I go live. Bye.